So one of my favorite times of the year where Negative Supply releases new stuff and I get to share it with you. We're gonna take a look at some of the stuff in here. I know that some of the stuff is gonna speed up the scanning workflow. So if that's something that you're interested in, I hope you guys stick around to the end. And if you guys wanna pick up any of the Negative Supply stuff, be sure to check out your local camera stores first before ordering online. Make sure to support your local small businesses. They're the best places to find any photo gear. And like in Toronto, we have Downtown Camera who carries all of the Negative Supply stuff. So without further ado, why don't we start by unboxing this? Let me show you guys what's in here, and then we'll do a little overview. We'll do a couple of test scans, and I'll share my thoughts with you at the very end. Let us start with the box itself. So the first thing we have in here is the basic film carrier 120. This is the Mark II. We also have the Pro Film Carrier 120 Mark II. So I'll be able to share with you guys the differences between the Pro and the basic. Additionally, we have the 120 full border scanning guide. And this is something that I've been very excited about. I've been waiting for a couple years to get my hands on one of these, and I'm excited to share this with you guys. I think this is a phenomenal product, especially if you want to do full border scanning with your medium format film. So super excited about this. Additionally, we have the Pro Film Carrier 120 Mark II adapter for the light source, and then the stabilizing masks, and I'll show you guys how to use these. So why don't we jump over to the table. I'll unbox these, show you guys the little differences between the Pro and the basic, and then we'll jump over to the scanning guide. All right, so let's get into this. So these are all the things we have right here, and we'll just go over the first two things. These are the light source adapters and stabilizing masks. I'll show you guys how these work on the light source itself. Why don't we start with the basic film carrier Mark II, and then we'll move on to the Pro. So let's open this up. And like every other Negative Supply product, you're going to see everything is going to come nicely packaged. So we got three things in here, including a little guide. So these are the new masks, and they're very nice. They're made out of a single sheet of plastic. So these are going to be very durable. And in here, we have the basic film carrier Mark II. This is the 120 version. As you guys can see, it is extremely small and compact. It's very, very well made. You can pop out the insert over here if you want to change the masks. You guys can see they have 4 magnets on the bottom, and there's some corresponding screws that these just kind of click into place. So as you guys can see, it doesn't fall out. And the stabilization masks are over here. So let's say you want to scan a 6x9. You just insert them right at the bottom, and as you guys can see, it creates a mask. And if you want to change it to, let's say, 6x4.5, take one of these, and it just slides right in like this. So make sure that you have the lettering the correct way. Arrows are on the left side, and that way your mask is centered in the carrier. And then once you have that, you can just drop that right into the housing itself. And as you guys can see, the mask does not fall out. Now it's locked in place, and it has their new S-curve design, so your film will slide in just through here, and it'll pop out the other side. So it's very, very simple to use. You're just gonna manually feed your film through it, and that's about it. So they make it very easy for you to get started. So here we have it. This is the Pro Film Carrier 120, and it is a little more hefty. Comes with a larger instruction book, and it has a bunch of the new features in here. So let's open this up. As you guys can see up here, we have the exact same masks that come with the basic film carrier. These are also included in the Pro Film Carrier. And right down here is the heavy boy. And here we have it. Oh yeah. Put this aside. So this is the new Pro Film Carrier Mark II. So the biggest difference you're gonna notice is the weight. This thing is heavy, but in a good way. I like having a little heavier setup. That way it doesn't move while I'm scanning. It's gonna hold everything into place. And as you guys can see on the side over here, you also have your film advance knob. So you don't have to touch the film with your gloves or your hands. You can just advance it one frame at a time, and that'll speed up your process quite a lot. And let's go over the other features. Again, similarly to the basic film carrier, the cartridge inside is going to be the exact same. So whether you're buying the Pro or the basic, you're going to have the same internal cartridge system to add on your masks. So you're going to have the same film flatness. The only additional difference is going to be this new film advance knob. And as you guys can see, you can just pull these out if you need to clean it. And if in the future you decide you want to change to a different scanning format, I'm sure Negative Supply will offer the ability to swap out the cartridge itself and insert some new. So as you guys can see, this one says 120. So I'm sure they got some other goodies in store for the near future. So make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. Before we jump to the full border scanning setup, I wanted to give you a comparison to the original. So here we have both of the Pro film carriers beside each other. By weight, they're pretty similar. They're both machined metal and with a 3D printed internal cartridge system. Now, the main difference that you're going to notice is that the original Pro film carrier had this door that you opened, and you kind of needed to open this door each time you wanted to advance your film, and this kind of helped it keep the film flat before moving on to their new cartridge design, where they've integrated this little S-curve that actually helps keep your film flat. Again, this is the progress that they've made. These were the original masks. As you can see, they're 3D printed. There was nothing wrong with them, but now they've upgraded to the newer inserts, and as you guys can see here, they're much nicer. They're made out of this one piece of plastic, and they're very, very nice. Some nice clean edges, so you're gonna get some sharp corners. Additionally, the knobs are very similar. As you guys can see, there's minor differences, but the rollers themselves, you can physically feel that the new Pro film carrier is way smoother than the originals. I don't know what they've done to make them so smooth, but here we are. They're very, very smooth. As you guys can see, I can just flick it, and the left one does not move very much, but the one on the right, the new one, is very smooth. And honestly, if you're in the market to buy a Pro film carrier, I highly recommend checking out their new one. So the next thing we're going to be opening up is the 120 full border scanning cassette. So I'm sure everybody's excited about this. I know I am. Sometimes scanning the film rebate is a beautiful thing. This also comes with some full border masks. As you guys can see, it has a little FB for full border, so don't mix these up with the ones that come in your other sets with your carriers. And looks like we got a couple things in here. So in this pack, looks like we have our acrylic sheet, and in here is going to be our full border cartridge. So let's grab our Pro film carrier, and how this is going to work, we're just going to pop out the regular cassette, and let's grab one of our new full border masks. Let's go with a 6x6. It's kind of what I shoot mainly, so we're going to go with that. So the first thing we're going to do is insert our mask, which goes in on the side. And then, usually you should do this with some gloves on, but we'll be careful. You're going to grab your acrylic sheet. You don't want to drop it. So then what we're going to do is we are going to drop in our piece of acrylic right in there. And then your entire cassette is just going to drop right into the film carrier. And there you have it. And now you're ready to scan. So the full border scanning cassette is also going to be compatible with the basic film carrier. So as you guys can see, let's just pop that out of here. And as you guys can see, this just pops right in there. and now you have a full border scanning guide for your basic film carrier 120. So why don't we head over to the light table and we'll scan a roll of 120 with the new full border scanning guides. I'll do a little demonstration on how to scan film, and then we'll hop over to the computer, convert them, see our results, and we'll wrap it up after that. So here we have it. This is the 5x7 light source. This is the older Pro model, and we have our riser plate over here, which just gives a little bit of a separation. On here I have the adapter plate, which is something additional you need if you have the riser on there, but this is the specific piece that comes with the set, and this is the adapter plate that just sits right over here, and then your Pro Film carrier will just sit right on there, and that just helps it balance. It keeps it flat. It cuts out any additional light source coming from your light table. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn off the overhead lights, and then we will start scanning. And just to give you guys a little overview, I am using a Nikon D850, and attached to that is the 60mm macro lens. And then on the bottom is the 5x7 light source with the adapter plate, and then on top of that we have the new Pro Film Carrier Mark II. This is the roll we're going to be scanning over here. It's a roll of Ektar 100, and this is going to be extremely simple. You're just going to find the little slot on the side with the arrows. You're going to pass your film through all the way to the other side into the guide holes. But once it's through, it's going to engage with the rollers. So once you have your film loaded up, all you're going to do is rotate the knob, advance it to the next frame, and once you have it lined up, you're just going to take your picture, and you're going to just keep moving on to the next. And as you see, you have the full border of the film in the image, and it's held nice and flat. So for cutting my negatives, I'd use this Optic old school film cutter, and this makes the cutting and sleeving process exponentially faster and more efficient. And also I get a lot cleaner cuts with this. I already don't have the steadiest of hands, so this is something that I've been using for quite a while now, and it makes this extremely easy. And I can just sleeve these up. Perfect. So just like that, we have scanned, cut, and sleeved. Scanned, cut, and sleeved our negatives. So let's hop over to the table and let's see our results. So here we have our scans. Let's import our pictures, and we're just going to let it do its quick processing. So let's just rotate these real quick. And as you guys can see, here's the full borders. These are really, really cool. Oh, I'm loving this. Oh, these are great. Here's some of the homies. Hell yeah, we were experimenting with flash during the daytime. Here's my pizza. Oh, these are great. I love the full border. This is really cool. Here's my friend Ray. These are his birthday photos. So why don't we export these images? If you're only scanning 1 or 2 rolls, you can get them done in under 2 minutes. With the Filmomat software, it's as simple as just drag and drop your files in there. You don't really have to do much. It gives you a great base to start with. As you saw, we just adjusted a little bit of the contrast, decrease or increase the saturation depending on the photo, and just did some minor tweaks on the colors, and that's about it. And then you export it as a TIFF. You have all the free range in the world. You can import them into Lightroom or Photoshop if you want to remove any dust or something. But if you're already starting with a clean working surface like we did today, just have a little rocket blower. It immensely helps the process if you start with a clean slate. Thank you again to Negative Supply and all my friends there for making this video possible. I hope you guys found this video educational. I hope you guys took some information out of it. I hope you guys found some information that you were looking for, or maybe you weren't looking for, but I hope this video was helpful for you. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, educational stuff, please feel free to leave a comment, share the video if you'd like, and follow me on Instagram if you guys have any questions. That's probably the best place to send me a DM, but you can also leave a comment down in the comments section. I appreciate every single one of you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.